So a little while ago, I did a video talking about my favorite faction in Warhammer 40k, the Necrons. And I did kind of go into what's my favorite Space Marine chapter, and by extension, Primarch. I didn't really go into too much detail, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a video as like a sequel to that, even though, yes, I prefer the Necrons and a lot of the other alien races outside of the humans. Not to say there aren't any, like, good stories or good characters within the Imperium. I'm just saying that, like, and this is kind of I might do a video on this at some point, but basically talking about, like, how sci-fi, whether it be Warhammer, Star Trek, Star Wars, StarCraft, a lot of Star stuff. Anyway, I have noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed too, and I'll probably do a video like talking about it further, like how the whole thing that we focus a lot on human characters, and more often than not, we give we don't really give a lot of love to other alien races, even though in most sci-fi shows the alien races are kind of the supporting cast. Whereas it would be kind of cool for one of these sci-fi, series, one of these science fiction shows, or even fantasy too. Like, you can apply this to fantasy series too, where I would like to see a non-human species be the main focus. And don't say, oh, but what about vampires and werewolves? We get enough of that. I'm talking like, why can't we have a show that's or why can't we have a series? And yes, I know Warhammer does this, and I know Star Trek has done this. Star Wars, not so much. They don't really, it has to be a human protagonist for them in Star Wars 9 times out of 10. But Warhammer and Star Trek are less guilty of this in extended media. In main, in main TV shows or main stuff, they usually have to focus. It has to be humans, always the main focus. Aliens, they're just supporting characters at best. So yes, I might do a video talking my further grievances on that, but not right now. However, and it's kind of counterindicative to what this video is when you think about it. Like, I just went on a little rant talking about like how I would love to see more, alien races get more spotlight, and then I'm talking about this shit, right? Like, I'm now talking about this shit. Anyway, so what we're going to be talking about for this video is talking about, like I said, my favorite Space Marines, as well as my favorite Primarch, which is the Salamanders for the Ultramarines, and by extension their Primarch, Vulcan. Now, not to say I don't like the other Primarchs and the other, and the other Marines, the other Astartes. And keep in mind, I haven't read every single bit of lore. I'm still, by all intensive purposes, I am still like a novice Warhammer fan. I'm still learning through videos and reading books, but it's kind of a fucking process. It's a real fucking process to really go through. So forgive me. It's I haven't collected any of the books from the Horus Heresy because it's like 55 books, and some of them are really fucking expensive. So I have to depend on videos, I have to depend on stuff like that to get information, and there's a lot of fucking information for Warhammer. It's kind of expansive. Anyway, so, why the Salamanders? Like, let's get back on track for the third time in a row. Like, why the Salamanders of all the Ultramarines, of all the Astartes, and why Vulcan for favorite Primarch? Well, for starters, it's kind of base level. I've always been a fan of green is my favorite color. So when you have a group of characters whose armor is green, I'm kind of like, okay, you have my attention. I don't know if that's just a base level thing. I also love reptiles and amphibians, and also their insignia is like a dragon dinosaur thing. So there's another check mark for you. But the main thing as to why I really like the Salamanders is their humanity. A lot of the Ultramarines, a lot of the Astartes, a lot of them kind of, like, give or take, a vast majority of Astartes will see, like, your basic human being, your basic Imperial citizen, or, your Astra Militarum, or what have you, as, you know, you're kind of, you know, I'm fighting for the Imperium, but you're acceptable losses. Like, to me, you are nothing but an acceptable loss, so I can live with you dying. Like, that's how it really goes. That's how it be sometimes, is that, yeah, we don't really care, we're not gonna care about you in any way, shape, or form, but we are fighting for more, there's gonna be more to replace you. So, yeah, we'll cut our losses if it means, you know, 1 or 2 or 5 worlds fall and millions of people die. The great, you know, we're still fighting for the Imperium, and it's you know, basically what I'm saying is most Astartes see the basic Imperial citizen as collateral damage. Like, that's really it. So, that's not the case with the Salamanders. The Salamanders are the most are the most emotional, I guess you could say, of the Astartes. They're the ones with the most humanity. These guys will literally go out of their way to protect you know, a small human being in order to keep just one life alive. Like, every life to them is sacred. Every person they fight for is, you know, it's the reason why they keep fighting. It's like, yeah, our father Vulcan imparted to us our humanity. You know, we, among all other, maybe outside of, like, maybe I would say the Ultramarines, or I would even say maybe, well, not the White Scars. I was about to say the White Scars, not the White Scars. But yeah, the outside of 1 or 2 other, you know, Ultramarine, you know, other Astartes groups, the Salamanders are the most, like, the ones with the most humanity. It's mostly because, like, unlike most who kind of just get cut off from their families and get solely sucked into the war, Salamanders are allowed to return to Nocturne to see their families again. They're even allowed to have families of their own. So, I think that's really cool. That you have, you know, that's one of the things I like. You can't just do Grimdark, even though, yes, Warhammer 40k is obviously built on the groundwork of Grimdark shit. You just can't do Grimdark all the fucking time. You need some, like, humanity. You need some hope to get people going, or else no one's gonna fucking care, right? Like, no one is gonna fucking care about your, you know, your universe if it's just sad and depressing all the time. That's why you need characters like Caiaphas Cain, or Trozen and his sassy ass, or like Gazgathul. That's why you need characters like that for this universe to balance out the grimdark. You need fucking ridiculous. You need sometimes fun characters, or characters with a fucking soul to keep going. And that's what the Salamanders are. Also, it's kind of like a bunch of characters just kind of storming in with giant flamethrowers. That's also pretty cool. Now let's talk a bit about Vulcan. Vulcan, out of all of the Loyalist Primarchs, is probably the one, like, again, he's the one with the most humanity, the one who imparted that to his sons, and also probably the one who, like, was trying to keep, during the Horus Heresy, was, like, in some capacity, trying to hold out hope that his, you know, traitor brothers would be, like, you know, fucking assholes, and probably see the light. Now, and also, there's always the chance that, you know, he can return, that Vulcan is one of the few Loyalist Primarchs that could return along with Jagatai and Lehman. I kind of want Vulcan to return. We are still, like, I know it's been a little bit, but we just got Lion back. We got Lionel Johnson back, but it'd be kind of cool to see, like, the next Loyalist Primarch return to help Rabute be Vulcan, because we have the Statesman, we have the Warrior, we need the guy with the soul. We need, you know, we need the guy with the soul to come back and help, you know, fix the soul of the Empire. And that's the guy with the one with the most heart. And yes, before anyone says anything, I'm aware that Vulcan fucking barbecued some Eldar's children. Not everyone's fucking it's Warhammer. I fully acknowledge that not everyone's perfect. But in a universe like this, you gotta grab onto who you gotta grab onto. So yes, I know someone in the comments is like, oh, but he killed those fucking Eldar children. I know! I fucking know! Okay? I'm aware of what fandom this is. I'm aware. You know? Let's not say, like, Rabute did some fucking weird shit, too. Lion did some fucked up shit during the heresy. You know? You don't give shit to them. Or, I don't know, how about Horus himself? Lehman, Jagatai, all of them are guilty. Let's cut the bullshit. All of them are guilty of doing horrendous shit in one capacity or another. It's just the levels of shittiness that they are a part of. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, Vulcan, the one with the most humanity in Warhammer, among the other Primarchs, I should say. So, yeah. But yeah. So there you go, guys. There's my favorite, Astartes. There's my favorite Primarch. You guys tell me in the comments below, what is your favorite, Ultramarine group and Primarch? Just comment below, let me... And also, it doesn't have to be the same... it's just, that the characters... Like you could easily say, like, I like these Ultramarines, but these Space Marines, or... I like a different Primarch. You can do that, too, in the comments. It just happened to line up for me. So, yeah. You could probably... And let's also... You can also do... You can do Traitor Primarchs and Traitor Astartes too, like Traitor chapters as well. So it doesn't just have to be loyal. So it doesn't have to be loyalist. I just want to clear that up. But anyway, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.